Arsenal Fan TV America. Welcome back. Another episode, new episode here from the Pacific Northwest, your home for Arsenal Fan TV in the US of A. Hey, listen, you got to be extremely happy right now. You got to be on cloud nine. You got to be on another planet. We beat City finally, and I say finally because we've never done so at the Emirates or at Premier League since Mikel Arteta took over. Since a long time ago, there have been pain in this neck right here, and every Arsenal fan neck around the world, because listen, they're tough to beat. They play beautiful football. They're always organized. They play for each other's. They're mentally very, very strong. They're a tough team to break. They won the FA Cup. They won the Premier League and the Champions League, of course, the European Champions League. So a team that's operating on all cylinders, and they've been doing that for a while. So when they come to the Emirates, it's always that occasion that I really worry, because we always kind of look shaky in front of them. And I think today we showed that we can be a solid team. And what I mean by that, I go back to even Arsene Wenger's days. He used to always talk about this solidarity. This is what wins you Premier League. This is a great sign. All we need to do now is turn around and be consistent. Now, we can discuss the game plan. We can discuss what we've done or what we didn't do. However, if you look at the overall in this game, Arsenal matched City. For the majority of time, I actually wanted to see more from us, more to have maybe like 59, 60 position, 60% versus their 40, but it's tough to do that. Against Man City is almost impossible. However, today's Man City setup and Kevin De Bruyne not being there, it made me greedy. I said, hey, listen, why don't we have the football and push them up? Because if you noticed, and we're going to go through the game real quick, but if you notice in the beginning of the game, what happened? We were sitting. If you were watching TV like I was watching here, the game was to your left, towards David Raya's goal. And we'll talk about that too. But before we go even further, let's talk about the lineups. Ramsdale sat out again. You ask me, would you sit him down? No, absolutely not. I want him to play because he was my goalkeeper last year. I can't blame him. I can't just single him out of the whole team and sit him only down. That feels really horrible. And I don't think Ramsdale was that bad of a goalkeeper. And just real quick, what David Raya did today, you go watch the game, he had a lot of mistakes. And in Ramsdale's beginning, when he came to Arsenal, he's never had those mistakes. Yes, maybe throughout his career with Arsenal, he had mistakes here and there, just like any other goalkeeper, even the best of them. But in his beginning, he did not have mistakes like, again, what we saw from Raya today. So, hey, listen, he started him again. He's very, very adamant about proving a point, Mikel Arteta. So he knows better. Absolutely, of course, no doubt. So now let's go to the back four. Ben White, Zinchenko, William Saliba, and Gabriel. Thank you. Great. Let's go to the midfield. First and foremost, no Fabio Vieira. Thank you very much. We really, really appreciate that. Now I had hope. Now my hopes are going up. Okay? So in the middle, we had, of course, Declan Rice sitting. And then we had Martin Odegaard and Jorginho also sitting. So we had two holding midfielders. But most of the time you saw Declan Rice doing his job more. He was just quicker. But that was the idea for two and then one, which is Martin Odegaard. Two on the sides. Now, of course, Bukayo Saka sat out for his injury. Hopefully it's not long-term. On the left side, Trossard started. Through the middle was Eddie Nketiah. And then Gabby Jesus was on the other side. So for what you had, I would still, for who you had on the bench, I would have started Emil Smith-Rowe. Listen, I'm always going to be opinionated. Yes, we beat Man City. Celebrate up and down. I am celebrating. But again, watching the game today, not to have heart attack, I tried to say to myself, you have a show after this, try to watch the game from both sides, see what they're doing versus just watching Arsenal. Of course, it's hard. I'm an Arsenal fan, die hard no matter what. Come on, you Gunners, always. But I had to really try to pressure myself to watch it as a neutral. So I could see both sides. And of course, John Oliver was the referee, so I wanted not to act or react or piss myself off. So I try to manage myself through these games. These games are very high intensity for me personally. Again, I'm going to go talk about putting Emil Smith Rowe. I'm going to put Kai Havertz needed to be in this game. Of course, Tomiyasu, because of his size, I wanted him to be in this game. Thomas Partey is not a guy I want to sit out, but he was able to give some minutes today. I think the substitutes, because all these names, Martinelli came in the second half right away for Trossard. That wasn't really, I don't know if he wasn't at his best. Let's just leave it at that. Martinelli came in and he was at his best. He was running back and forth, trying to just break plays and trying to move us up front. And of course, he's the one that scored that beautiful shot that deflected off AK's face. However, lucky deflection. I take it any given day in front of Manchester City. We worked hard. Our players worked their socks off. They ran all over the place. And I think, most of all of them did really well on the day. I mean, so of course, a couple here and there, Jorginho, I did not see him starting. I didn't see him catching with the game or the pace of the game. But it's okay. He did okay in some situations. He got rid of the ball quicker. So thank God he wasn't caught today. But you can see the pressure right away on him. Guardiola will say, hey, go get the ball from him. He misses it. And he did. A couple of games in a row he did that. However, let's forget the mistakes. He did okay today, but substituted by the Thomas Partey that came in. And you could see the game changed when we had Kai Havertz up front. Eddie left. When we had the presence of now Thomas Partey and Declan Rice together, and that Odegaard played in front of him, that was also beautiful. And of course, the threat of Martinelli. That's what I want to see from Arsenal. I want to see power. I want to see, they control the game. They go get that win, even if it's deflected. But they went today. They did that. They went and get this win, and it's a very important win. I'll tell you why. It's not just because Mikel Arteta never won against City in the league, or it's not because we're competing for the Premier League. It's because Tottenham was sitting on top of the league by themselves. Yes, before the game today, they were number one. So we had to win so we can be even on points with them. So now everyone played 8 games. We have 20. They have 20 points. They, plus 10 when it comes to goal differential. And we also are plus 10. Third now will be Manchester City. They slid to go down 18 points. We have Liverpool as number 4. They drew today, 2-2. So 17 points for them. And Aston Villa, yep, they're number 5. And they have 16 points, played 8 games, same thing. So they're tied actually with Brighton, which also have 8 games, 16 points, sitting number 6. Listen, I know the Premier League it's still early. No, it's not. It's 8 games, 30 games to go. It goes so quick, you don't even feel it. This is what we were waiting for. This is the most positive step that I have seen in Mikel Arteta's career with Arsenal Football Club. I just wish and hope to God that we build from here. Look, City won last year. They won the triple because of what? Because they were consistent. They didn't just play one game, very good football, and then celebrate it, and then the second game and the third and the fourth, they were just playing whatever, right? No. It's consistency. It's game in, game out. Whether it's Champions League, whether it's cup, local cup, or, your European cup. Whatever it is, the competition that you play for, hold these players accountable to these types of performance. Go at it in training, repeat, and work on things that we need to get better on. We need to still penetrate from the middle more. I mean, we do it now, and that's why a shot like today could be deflected versus just going wide. But let's do more of that. Let's, improve our game and just be consistent. I think it's not just improve our game. Let's play better football. We're playing fly football. Nobody can deny that. Amazing football. But let's be consistent. That's improving us. That's improving our game from my standpoint in one aspect, which is consistency. We do that. We see Arsenal play this well, hold up this well, go get a win this well. And then what happened? So we don't want that. We just want consistency. We want week in and week out because that's what champions are made of. Hey, listen, I can't tell you how happy. I'm very happy. It's a great win. And I think there's a lot of positives to take from this game. And I hope that we build on that, like I said, and we be consistent about it. So, hey, listen. So our next game will be October 21st. And we're visiting Chelsea. That's our next Premier League game. Chelsea's not doing great right now. We're doing much, much better. As you all know, Chelsea is 11th. Yes, with 11 points out of 8 games. So they're doing horrible. They spend the most amount of money in the Premier League to bring players in. They spent $1 billion to bring players in. But guess what? They're not doing good. They're not doing great. They're not doing anything. So hopefully next game, it's going to be easy for it. Listen. It's never easy to play Chelsea. That's a London derby, right? It's never easy to play Chelsea. And at Stamford Bridge. Listen, it's going to be a tough task. But if we can beat City playing like that, we will beat Chelsea. I guarantee you. But just consistency is key. Okay, you Gunners. Now we beat City. And now we're on top of the league. I know Tottenham's not going to last. Let's get our hopes up. Let's hope that this is it, that Mikel Arteta and the team is going to do something this year and it's going to go all the way. Come on, you Gunners. Let's do it. Let's go all the way. And by the way, before we go, subscribe. Don't forget, subscribe, and like and share. I see you after the Chelsea game. Thank you very much for watching and hope you have a terrific week.